Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get it. Let's talk some baseball. Wednesday, September 11th. All right, this is where we'll get into a full slate within the major leagues. I'll break down what's going on, give you guys 4 best bets, and then get you on your way. But before we do, make sure you guys all like, comment, and subscribe down below. Join us here on the platform. Follow me on X, Discord, all that good stuff as well. Totally free to do so. I just want you guys to get involved and stay up to date with what I have to say in real time, okay? Also, shout out for the new channel members. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you guys. Links down below if you want to get involved with that. We don't charge for picks here, so that's kind of what we do and how we do it, all right? Also, it is September 11th, so a little bit of a reverence today. There will probably be a moment of silences across the board with a lot of these ballparks, so it is a sad day in our country's history, so let's take some time today to remember who has fallen and kind of that horrible day that went down. All right, but let's talk about some baseball moving forward. Let's get into the picks. All right, we'll get into kind of what I want to show you guys right here on the Odds Jam, and we will look into all of these games where we look into the first one on the card, Marlins and Pirates. Okay, no play for me. We are going to look into kind of some of these pitching matchups as we look into Bailey Falter. You know, this is about the time of year where we start seeing teams start showcasing a little bit of minor league prospects. They give people shots if they're out of playoff contention. Also, you see a lot of people kind of paying it forward, not looking to fulfill their contract duties, kind of like you guys do at work, right? You take you just take Friday off, you do a half day. It's kind of what happens here with a lot of these professional athletes. They do the same thing. They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to screw up their negotiations in the off season. And that's kind of what we're left with a lot of times, more so than not. But there are going to be a lot of teams jockeying for playoff contention, all right? But none of these that we mentioned in Pirates and Marlins are going to be. So, quite frankly, I don't have a feel for this game. If anything, it's going to be a no-run first inning bet for me. I do like the Marlins, despite the Pirates having the pitching matchup, but I'm not going to lay $1.61 here in this spot, no matter who's quit. It's still baseball. It's still a lot of variance, all right? And then we could get into the Guardians, White Sox. Obviously, the White Sox have put up that white flag. And Matthew Boyd going for the Indians, 83 and 62. They need to win this spot. Minus 1.5 would be how I would play this on the run line, like the Guardians on the road. They're focused. They've been hitting the ball a lot better as well. So I do look for the Guardians to kind of show out in this spot. So I would lean towards taking the Cleveland minus 1.5. Also, Mets, Blue Jays. That's going to be an interesting one with Sean Manaea and Bowden Francis. This will be one of my best bets. This is the under 8.5 we'll be taking in this spot. Bowden Francis has been one of the hottest second half of the Major League season pitchers going. And Sean Manaea, if you look at his game logs, it's been pretty fantastic as well. So a lot of times when we have these great pitchers going toe-to-toe, we end up getting overs. But this number set at 8.5 gives me a little bit of a value. I think this one should be a little bit lower. So if we do get that extra run of value, this is a bet that I'm going to make all day. So taking the under in Mets Jays 8.5. Also, I think the Blue Jays have been scoring a little bit outside of their normal kind of their median scoring. I don't look for them. If you do play the statistical side of baseball, the Blue Jays have been over-scoring, if you will, if you guys look into that from an analytics standpoint. And while we're doing this, I just want to showcase, we are at the horse track. It is my day off, but I was driving and I had the sunroof down and I said, hey, it's a great day outside, so let's go make some videos at the casino. I'm a paper ticket guy, so I'm cashing tickets. So I thought I'd just do this till the sports book opens up, and then maybe go play some golf today on my day off. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you guys like these remote videos, or do you just like the standard? Just give me my picks, get me on my way, and get me the hell out of here from the office. I'm very curious. Let me know down below. Always love your guys' feedback. All right. Next game is the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. All right, this will be another spot where we're going to go under. All right, one of my favorite unders of the day, Cody Bradford and Merrill Kelly. Rangers road unders. That's a system that I play a lot. We look at Merrill Kelly, 4-0, 4.08 ERA. He's pitched good against some good teams. This is where Arizona looks to continue their kind of resume to get into the postseason, and there is a kind of a little bit of a log jam at the top of who gets in with the NL West in terms of that wild card, who's going to make the playoffs. Very interesting battle, okay? So we'll see what happens between the Diamondbacks, the Padres, so on and so forth. It's kind of getting right down to the wire, and it's going to be a fun one to watch. But Diamondbacks need to win this game. I think Merrill Kelly shows out. I think Cody Bradford gets us through 5 or 6 unscathed. possibly having like a first half of the game still staying under that 5 runs, and then let's just leave it up to the bullpens to kind of seal the deal if it's not even lower scoring than that. So I like the under in this spot, under 9, Arizona, Texas. I paid a little bit for that half point, but I don't mind it, and I think that's where the value is, so that's what I'm going to lay. Okay, Phillies, Rays, Phillies all the way. Tampa Bay's due for a little bit of a kind of a oops game where they kind of upset you. Zach Wheeler, not going to happen. 2.59 ERA. Like Wheeler in this spot, quite frankly, a bunch. So I would lend towards the Phillies, obviously at home. Phillies on the run line also presents some good value as well. All right, Tigers and Rockies. That will be my last kind of play on the first half of this slate before we get into the late games. This is where the Rockies have been absolutely abysmal. Now they throw out Tanner Gordon. The numbers speak for themselves. As long as the Tigers don't show up 3 sheets in their win, and kind of getting drunk in the parking lot, they're going to win this game by an easy margin. And right now I see a lot of value with where the numbers are at. If you look down the board, you can see minus 164, minus 169 for the Tigers. But we're going to take a run line split, okay, where I look for the Tigers taking that. Basically, that means that we're going to take the money line and the run line so that you do have a push if they just win by 1. However, I do like the fact that the Tigers are going to blow them out, but I just don't trust their bats too much. Okay, so we are going to be a little bit of a 1 foot into the water on this one. We're going to take the Tigers with a split, so basically the -1. A lot of places don't offer that, so that's kind of the way you go about it. So Tigers -1 at a -128 price. All right, and then let's hit up the Braves Nationals. Okay, the Braves have been reeling. They've been hot. Max Fried going on the bump against Jake Irvin. This is something where the Braves kind of have all the momentum right now. I just wish they were fully healthy. The Braves were one of the teams that I was rooting for this season to kind of get themselves a ring. Okay, I think they definitely had the pitching to do so. Just hasn't really delivered to the standards outside of Chris Sale just being absolutely phenomenal. But the Braves, I like them in the spot quite a bit. We'll see what happens, but we look at the Braves minus 1.5 at even money. Essentially, that's a good bet against the Nationals here on this. I believe this is the first time, the second leg of their series. So that's kind of what we have going on with Nationals Braves. All right, Kansas City and the Yankees. We were kind of on the Yankees, the Royals money line. Kind of gave that out as a strong lean with Lugo going for the Royals, and now we get Reagan's tonight. So Reagan's against Hill. What we get from this matchup, this will be awesome. I think that Luis Hill has rebounded fairly nicely, 3.24 ERA. Both of these guys getting it done in the strikeout market. There's going to be a lot of Ks in this game. Will we get the long ball? I'd love to bet this game under, but I'm not going to do that at Yankee Stadium. So I'm going to stay away from this one as well. Just being fully honest with you guys. Would not shock me if Kansas City ended up winning once more. Okay. Angels Twins. All right, we gave that one out alongside the Indians. I thought that was the easiest money on the board. Taking the AL Central where we just had the Twins, Indians, little money line parlay. Sometimes you got to call your shot and do it. We got that at plus money. I like that again today. So we could run it back if you want, but the Twins are rolling out Zebby Matthews, 7.36 ERA, 1-3 on the season, going against Josh Kokonowicz. Not for me. I'm staying away from this game. It's something where it wouldn't shock me if the Angels won, or if we get an absolute old-fashioned slugfest 8-7 kind of ending. So that's kind of where I'm at with Angels Twins. And then we do have one more bet that I'm going to give out, but we do have 5 or 6 games that I'm going to mention real quickly to get you guys on your way. Baltimore and the likes of the Boston Red Sox. All right, one of my plays yesterday was the over 4.5 runs within the Orioles team total. I like that again today. Nick Pivetta going for Boston, but I think it'll be a little bit lower. I think that totals, if I had to set it, would probably be at 3.5 today. I like it at an even 4. Okay, I still like Baltimore to score against the Red Sox, so that's kind of where I'm at within this game, but no official play. Maybe towards the over. Okay, Reds Cardinals, not going to get involved. Lance Lynn, 4.06 ERA. I think this is going to be a potential for a high-scoring game. Brandon Williamson has been great in his limited action, but I'm going to stay away from this one if we're going to be honest. And then we could go a little bit deeper within Hunter Brown and Joey Estes battling for that Astros Athletics matchup. 8:10 first pitch we have going on at Minute Maid Park. for me, it's Astros and Hunter Brown, but we saw, especially off a loss yesterday, I look for the Astros to respond. Just don't like them at this price, so I'm going to stay away from that minus 213. All right. And then the final games on the card, we're going to talk Milwaukee, San Francisco. We look into this matchup within Colin Rea and Blake Snell. Go for it. Take the under. That's what I would do. I just think it's a little bit too much of a loss of value. We're seeing 6.5s out there some places. For me, that's just way too low. Could it happen? Yes. Do I think it'll happen? Yes. But, you know, shit happens, especially when you get in this time of year. You just never know what San Francisco is going to be doing, what Milwaukee's going to be doing, how long do they ride it? Do they pull Snell early, give them some rest? Do they ride them like a horse? Who knows? Time will tell, but this is an under for me. When they set these unders at 6.5s, they usually cash, okay? That's just kind of my opinion. 9:45 first pitch. For me, it's going to be under or nothing. I'm not going to take the Brewers against Snell, and I don't trust the Giants at all, so that's kind of where I'm at. The Padres and Mariners, that will be our last official play. We got Michael King, Brian Wu, another Seattle Mariners home game under. Light it up. That's one that we ride pretty heavily here on the channel. But also, not just that, we're going to be taking Michael King. We're going to take the strikeouts once more. It's been very profitable for us. We're going to ride it again over 7.5 strikeouts at plus 115. So Michael King, get me 8 Ks. Let's cash that at plus money. Probably my favorite prop on the board if we're going to get into that. I don't bet props a lot. Usually I do give out a prop of the day that I do, but when I call them, and I don't like to do it repetitively unless we're going to go for something special, because there is so much variance within the prop market. So I defer to kind of my gut and just my intuition and using some AI tools along the way to kind of give me the data along the game logs, so on and so forth. But I just think it's a losing proposition if you do it day in and day out with kind of where we're at in the season at this point. I just don't trust the everyday life of a baseball player, okay? And that's... Some people think it's rigged. I don't. I can tell you firsthand it's not rigged. It's just very, very tough. All right. That's kind of what we're getting at. All right. So that'll be my final official play. I just want to touch upon the Cubs-Dodgers game. We had Bobby Miller, Jordan Wicks going tonight. This is an over for me. I just don't trust it, and I'm not going to bet it because we've had a lot of Cubs high-scoring games. I know Bobby Miller's 2-4 in the season, 7.79 ERA. I just know that one day that's going to buck the trend, and he's going to throw a good outing. And the Cubs on the road are a good team to do so. Okay, so would not shock me if we get a low score in this one. Although all the data and numbers suggest that this is going to be a high-scoring affair. Dodgers off a loss. I like that as well. That's a play that I always like making, especially within yesterday. You get the Dodgers at minus 158. I just don't trust Bobby Miller. But like I said, this is a number where it's set to be an over, but I just have a weird feeling that the Cubs lay an egg in this, and then we get a low-scoring affair unless the Dodgers score 8+ runs. So that's a no play for me, but those are my 4 best bets. I'll recap for you guys real quick on the screen. But before we do, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you all check out my link down below. Sign up with OddsJam today. If you use my promo code TBM, you do get 35% off your first month or annual membership. Just don't bet without it, all right? For the amount of money that I bet on a daily basis, just a small nominal fee monthly, it just really is a priceless tool within sports betting. If you follow me, you want to know how I bet, you want to bet like me, that's something where you have to use OddsJam. Also, I talk about Outlier. Do it for a week. Check it out. If you don't like it, cancel it. But I'm telling you, it does change your life if you're betting on your phone, if you're betting at the sports book, you got limited internet, you have nowhere to put your laptop, you're rolling around papers. It just saves you so much time and money betting with OddsJam and Outlier. So links down below, 35% off. Use promo code TBM. That's what I got. Here is my recap. Remember, guys, on your way out, if you can, like, comment, and subscribe down below. This is where we're going to talk about my 4 best bets. Mets, Jays, under 8.5. We have Detroit, -1 on a split. Michael King, over 7.5. Strikeouts at plus money, under 9 within the Arizona-Texas game. And those are my 4 best bets. Bigger card. I will have my college football plays out today, as well as what we have within my NFL preview. That video was posted last night. Make sure you guys all hop on over there and check it out. Appreciate you all. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.